Hello, my followers, brothers and sisters, comrades. We'll wait till some people get here. Jeez, I had to put more wood glue on this to keep it sealed up on this hole. I got all these holes, and now I got a hole right here where I guess I had some duct tape with wood glue, but it came off, and I had to add some more. Oh shit, this is coming loose. I had to put more duct tape here. There's another big hole. Oh shit, now another hole is forming here. Fuck, this is a great windbreaker. I don't want it to go bad, you know, like to be completely ruined. It's got all these holes. And the zipper broke. The shirt's got holes in it too. Hey, Big Score. Going well. You know, I discovered I am better than Jesus, so I will say, unlike him, I do not demand you sell everything and follow me. I just say, you know, well, I don't even say anything. It's just whatever, you know, it's all right. Pretty good. Try not to pay a landlord if you can help it. Jim said, hey, Vanilla Die. Click like, everyone. I just ate Daniel's tacos, chicken salad. ¿Puedo tener una ensalada con pollo, no crema y queso, por favor? Ok, sí, no crema y queso, 8.20. Click like, everyone, helps the video out. Strange thing happened this morning. So I was charging my phone at the food bank, and the lady who works there said there's a lady that comes here that gives free haircuts. If you want, I'll call her. She can come over. I said, well, okay, sure. I wasn't really planning on getting my hair cut. I'm just kind of interested in seeing how long it grows. And I saw her, so the lady came and she was setting up her station, and I'm like, you know, she's not wearing a mask. I really don't feel like creating problems here at the food bank if I tell her I'm not comfortable getting a haircut without a mask. I went back, and she was setting up outside. I went back inside to finish charging my phone. And then the lady came in without a mask on. She was holding it, though, and she said, do you want a haircut? I said, no, no thanks. And she's like, are you sure not even a trim? And she was coming closer without a mask on. So I started backing up, but I'm in a corner. I can't go anywhere. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm like, that's it. I don't want to do it. I don't trust that she'll necessarily... It's not that I believe she would take it off while she's cutting my hair. It's just I can't be sure she's, like, very strict about it. So, like, she wouldn't be like, oh, hold on, you know, I gotta get on the phone or something and talk to someone and take off my my mask while she's cutting my hair. Guy riding a four-wheeler here. It looks kind of fun. He's got no helmet, though. And also, when you don't have a mask on and you're riding a bike or anything, your wake of germs is very distant. So again, unlike, okay, better than Jesus, number of reasons. One, I know about germs. I know about health and wellness much better than Jesus did. So I can tell you, you know, wear a mask. I don't forbid a lot of the crap he did. I don't endorse slavery, which Jesus did. I don't support the god-awful, horrifically boring, disgusting, anti-human church ceremonies and services. Oh, be quiet, put your head down, be quiet. No, you can do what you want, you know. Click like, everyone. Daniel's Tacos, they're really good. They're like, to me, they're kind of like the best taco place. I don't even eat tacos there. I just get chicken salads, and they're good because it's just, without the sour cream and cheese, it's really, and it's like shredded cheese. I don't know what, Parmesan? It's not Parmesan. I don't know what it is, but I didn't ask them to hold it on one item the other day, and I was scraping it off with my fork, and it was on a tomato. I wiped it off with a napkin. But they're good because I get chicken salads there. Yeah, they're a chain. I've never seen them outside of LA, and I haven't really seen much of, you know, all I know is on the East Coast, we didn't have Daniel's Tacos. I don't know about here. I don't know about other parts of the country. But thank goodness there's one right by the park here, because the other one that's in Sun Valley is way too busy. So is it Sun Valley? Is it Burbank? I don't know. There's a couple of them around here, but I went to it, and basically the chicken salad, it has lettuce, like, I guess iceberg lettuce, I don't know. No, maybe it's not that, I'm not sure, but chicken, Excuse me, avocado and tomatoes. And so I'm like, that's great. That's really healthy. Excuse me. Click like, everyone. Helps the channel out. Helps the video out. Uh, yeah. Anyway, so I didn't want my hair cut, and I realized, I'm this living example of just how to be right now. People tell, like, Angelo. Somebody called me. They're like, Angelo, you are the most perfect person. And so I'm realizing I'm just showing how to live. It's like, don't pay landlords. Fuck landlords. I mean, I swear I wish we could have mass trials for them. Matt, what's a mass trial? It's where you don't hear their case one at a time. You bring them into court 50 at a time. You say, what's your plea? Oh, not guilty, not guilty. I need their money. I need my tenants' money. Okay, I found you all guilty of being landlords. Get them out, take them out in the courtyard for liquidation. So I'm not paying landlords. I'm fixing my own car. I'm growing my hair out, that's okay. The one thing I'm doing is kind of, like what Jesus did. I'm covering myself up from the sun. He didn't talk about that. Protect yourself from skin damage, skin cancer. So, I'm better than God and Jesus in like every way. Yep, big score, thank you. And yeah, so anyways, Daniel's Tacos, they got a lot of stuff on their menu. They're really good. Excuse me. But I tried to stick to the, keep it healthy, the chicken salad. They do have something else I got the other day, and it had beans and rice with it. I forget the name. And it was chicken and tomato and some lettuce, but the bean, it had like refried beans, and they had cheese on them, so I scraped the layer of cheese off. So it's like, for me, I'll just stick with the salad. It's less filling, but that's fine. I want to be hungry all the time. So again, I'm like Jesus, not eating, except I'm being healthy about it. I'm not this bullshit of 40 days in the desert. Thank you, Elena. Yes, I'm more interesting to listen to than Jesus too. Sardines, yes, I had some yesterday. I actually just ran out, so I'll probably go to the grocery store tomorrow, maybe tonight, get some more. I could go to the 99-cent only store. They're always so busy. I don't want to do that. So I end up paying an extra. They just raised the price at Vallarta like another 6 cents or something. So it's like $1.35. But the ones with Louisiana hot sauce are the best, because for whatever reason, those sardines, they're more firm. I don't like the ones that are all mushy and they're like a paste in your mouth. But yeah, I'm like a friend to all. I'm man's best friend. But yeah, I was just thinking, I refuse this lady's free haircut. I will grow out my hair and be an example. I'm glad I shaved last night. That double-bladed razor, it sucks, but it's kind of good in a way that I have these crappy dollar store razors, because with the Gillette Mach 3s, which are way more expensive, yes, that you shave better with them, but to get the gunk out of the razor, you have to basically, you can't use if you use a water bottle like this to spray the water out, you have to squeeze it hard and use a ton of water. You need a water bottle with the nozzle on it so you can squeeze it like a jet and get the water out. These razors are so cheap, you can't do that. It will not unclog them. So what you have to do is get a wet napkin or paper towel and push it in there and slide it left and right, and it gets all the gunk out. So in a way, it's less messy, it's less wasteful. And it took me like 6 times going over my face. I used the 2-bladed ones, and then I finished with the 6-bladed, literally 6-bladed razor. I'm like, maybe I should stick with the 6-bladed one, because it was nice to just shave in my car and not waste a ton of water. So yeah, I have better diet tips than anywhere in the Bible. Eat sardines, exercise. Don't worry about the Sabbath. Don't even worry about it. Click like on the video. That helps too. I'm building a better community than those churches ever did. I don't say this nonsense about children honor your parents. What makes a parent? Banging their spouse. Boinging their spouse. That's how my motion for it. And having a kid. That doesn't make you qualified to be a parent. And a lot of them are absolutely horrible. And as a rule, just as a rule, I don't trust families and parents. Because it's already too clannish. Like, you're already too insider and outsider. That's why I generally don't associate with anyone in my family. It's nepotism. People are against nepotism, and yet they support being close to their families. Oh, well, what are the odds that your family just happens to be the best one, the best dad, whatever, the best mom, oh, the best brother? Wrong. You're wrong. You have to earn your way into my life. And most of my family have failed at that. Yes, I've heard of Harry's razors. I forget if I tried them once. I may have bought one once, and maybe I didn't think it was that good. I don't remember. Do you recommend it? Like, what? I don't know. Maybe I should get it. But the dollar store razors, I save a ton of money on those. So for now, I'm kind of good on them. Mark, what's up, Mark? Hey, no, I'm like Jesus, but better than him. So I'm growing my hair out. I am walking the earth. I am a living example of how to live. Don't pay landlords, fix your own car, eat healthy food. That's my rules. And I'm gonna fucking bug this job placement company this week because they broke their word with me. They won't. That's really what it comes down to. And I'm not gonna be rude, but I'm not gonna be nice as in like, oh, okay, I'll wait for him to call me back. It's been 3 weeks. The guy hasn't called me back for an interview. So I'm calling every day this week. I don't care if they get pissed off. And I'm emailing this guy every day this week unless he doesn't get to me. I think they had Harry's razors at Vallarta. I'm not sure. Or where might have I seen them lately? Did I eat some funky mushrooms this morning? No. Funny story though. I'll give you a little preview of Mark, you got the long hair too. I'll give you a little preview, and I don't go into Target either. So I do have a rule about yeah, and that's the other thing. Mark, I'm not, Jesus, that was narcissistic of him. Say, oh, follow me, abandon everything and follow me. No, I'm like, no, you can follow other people too. It's cool. Just make sure they have kind of long hair, you know? But that's fine too. Yeah, I don't go into Target. That is one of my rules. I don't go into that hell house, that crappy corporation, pay people crap wages. I forget it. Did I see Harry's razors at Vallarta? But I'm thinking I may have tried them before. And I don't think I liked them that much. Now, maybe I'd like them more now because I'm in my car and I need a cheap razor that's effective. And the dollar store razors, they do the job. They're a fucking pain in the ass to use, but because unlike the Gillette Mach 3s, when the dollar store razors clog up, they become completely ineffective. It is like trying to shave with this water bottle. They are no good. So you really have to then take a wet towel, wet napkin, which I have like 500 of them in my car, and just slide it left and right on the razors to get all the gunk out. I don't have an orange sky. That's right. Well, the fires are over in front of me. So the fires are this way. I think it might be a controlled fire. So you can see over the mountains, they're really hazy. There's a fire, we're like 20, 25 miles that way, and you can sort of see the smoke. But it might be one of the controlled fires that they were talking about. I can't remember. Well, you know what, Braxton? That only proves my point more. Because my followers and me, it has been prophesied and foretold that we will be persecuted and the world will reject us. So you're actually only proving my point by doing that. Go ahead, condemn me more, discriminate against me more. Was Jesus accepted in his day? No. And I'm better than him. If you go on their website, they have a startup deal. Do I have to order them online? Man, that's another thing. One of my rules. Try not to order online. Oh, but big score. I had a story about mushrooms. I filmed David Liebehart recently. The last day Sunspace was open. They were clearing stuff out, and the owner let me film with him there, and a musician. And it's going to be out, I think, in a couple days, the video. I didn't edit it. His manager, Jonah, edited it. And it's got a lot of surprises. It's incredibly funny. I was cracking up during much of it. But David Liebehart tells a story about his favorite plants, and he talks about mushrooms in it. And that's all I'll say. It was incredibly funny. Moist Andy's here. See, I have better friends than Jesus. So I have Moist Andy as one of my I don't even call him a disciple. He's not a. He's my merry, one of my merry men, full of mirth and happiness. I put sardines on chunky peanut butter on toast this morning for supper. That sounds so messed up. Oh man, what do you? Hey, Moist Andy, what kind of drink do you pair that with? Do you pair it with one of your health potions? You just drink water, tea? What is it? But that's amazing. Sardines on chunky peanut butter on toast. Bread or actual toast? Yeah, that was wild. Click like everybody. Vanilla whey and whole cow's milk. Well, there you go. Vanilla. I wish I had money for those protein drinks. I would get those. Instead, I get the cheap one. Oh, well, they do have protein drinks at the food bank. I mean, the powders, but even that, they're like $15 sometimes or more. Even with the lower, food bank price. So I'm like, that's too much for me. At least right now. I'd like to be able to get it and get a proper cup with the spring in them. You got to get the spring to, when you shake it up, it mixes it around. If you don't get that, it's going to get caked on to the sides of the thermos. All right, Mark, thanks for joining. Hope things are well. But yeah, I wish I could get that. Instead, I get whatever protein drinks basically they have that are low sugar at the food bank. So right now, oh, it's in here. I have one more of these. These are really good. 160 calories, no sugar, or 1 gram of sugar, no added sugars, and a bunch of vitamins and stuff. So Premier Protein is really good. 7-Eleven has these really cheap as well sometimes, like one of these for like $2.99 or maybe a little less. So those are great. Click like everyone, helps the video out. Yeah, I'm still just passing the time right now, losing weight, which is good. Except I'm gaining weight in my hair because my hair is getting longer, but I'm losing weight. I refused that free haircut today. I'm like, no, I just don't like it anymore. I don't want free stuff. I don't want this lady trying to help me. And she wasn't wearing a mask when she approached me, even though she had one, so I'm not sure how strict her mask policy is. No, thank you. I'm way funnier than Jesus, by the way. Was he ever funny, that miserable fuck, that goon? Did he ever crack jokes? No. So screw him. You gotta have a sense of humor. What the hell? But yeah, I've been walking around a lot, did a bunch of burpees. Oh, fuck. Alright, stream cut out again. Did a bunch of burpees, was disappointed with myself because I went to bed a little later than I should have. I was taking care of some stuff. I was cleaning my car. I was like, what the hell is this stuff in my car? It was ash falling from the fires. But my car looks great, and I still have to get jack stands to be able to do my oil change, and then after that, all I need is my oil. Now, somebody recommended on my oil change that I just get a small like oil pan, which I can do, but then get a small container to put the oil in. What should I put it in? I've heard you shouldn't put it in a milk carton. So what should I put it in? It's like 3.8 quarts of oil, so it's gonna be more than this kind of bottle, but should I put it in like a plastic water bottle? What should I put it in? That's not gonna be a huge fucking $15, oil pan, so I can recycle it. Let me know. And I got to dispose of it properly. I can't just throw it away. So you got to recycle oil. Don't want it getting into the environment. Better environmentalist than Jesus? I mean, man, I sound amazing when I hear myself in comparison to this guy, this bozo. None of us... Moist Andy. Moist Andy says, none of us will be saved no matter how many prayers. They are clearly going unnoticed. We're doomed. Just judgment has already commenced. Moist Andy, you're listening to those radio preachers too much. It's getting to your head. Okay? You got to switch the station or turn it off. Listen to nature. Or, you can listen to other stations. Listen to NPR. Jeez. NPR had a good segment about how Christians are like very nationalist in this country and very racist, and how they lie about being persecuted and have even made up persecution stories throughout their history, starting from the beginning of their religion. So it was really good. NPR can be pretty crappy, and here's the thing. In California, the local NPR station, much more interesting. In Oh man, on the East Coast, it was so horrifically boring. It was like they were being malicious. Like they wanted you to be miserable with the most boring ass, upsetting music, the most boring ass presentations, no charisma speakers, the most mundane, banal, trivial stories about. Okay, on today on this program, we are going to talk about three rural Appalachian families of the 1840s and one specific corn recipe that they used to pass down. And we have the author of a book about. Just shut up! Shut up! Stop boring me to death! Please don't ever talk about me like that after I'm gone. Please don't ever bore people to death with stories about my life like that. Don't you ever do it. Oh my goodness, it was so pathetic. And Kojo Namdi, oh, there's a winner. Today on, oh, the Kojo Namdi show, I forgot what the show's name was. We're going to talk about parking meters in DC. Where should they be placed? How much money should they charge? Please shut up. And the people who call in are the most dull, like painful to listen to people who have nothing going on with their lives, so that this is the only thing they have to do. You know, go in painstaking detail over the most boring minutia of their day. Well, this one parking meter, I noticed it's at the end of the street, and I can't tell if it's part of the green zone or the yellow zone. And the curb height I noticed is unusual. You go on the curb, and you gotta put a little bit of lift in your steps. Like, please shut up, shut up. I can't take it. So yeah, that's what you have to deal with in on the East Coast on NPR, Moist Andy. Now you can listen to the West Coast NPR, the Southern California station, online. So there's an option. Just stream it on the old phone. Oh my goodness, do I hate those NPR programmers and presenters on the in the DC area. Nightmarishly boring. Coast to Coast is on late here. I don't know if Coast to Coast is on in the DC area. That's a fun show about psychics and UFOs and stuff. I used to listen to it a little bit when I was younger. I guess my dad would, play it. And today I'm just gonna walk around, maybe do a little writing in my notebook, relax. I'm losing weight steadily, and check the news as far as the president. Well, I'll put it in his words: about 200,000 people dead. It is what it is, And when a reporter told him Mitt Romney was possibly exposed to the Trump virus and was in quarantine, he said, "Who's in quarantine? Mitt Romney? Gee, that's too bad." So that's what I say. It's just, gee, that's too bad. And click like everyone helps the video out, helps me survive. I gotta call this damn place every day this week, this work job placement company, to get an interview that I was basically assured. They didn't exactly assure it, but they said we'll probably be calling the next day or two, and they said it's gonna be the person who connected me to the job, who works trying to help people get jobs, she said it's pretty much a sure thing. I'll get the job as long as I keep apply the whole go through the whole application process. And now they're not getting back to me, so it's ridiculous. Moist Andy says, I haven't had a drink since New Year's Eve. Now is the wrong time to render oneself enfeebled, blind to the reality. It's time to rise up, defend our livelihoods and our families. Easy with the talk about that stuff, Moist Andy. The hell's under my foot? Oh, somebody else left a water bottle there. But yeah, it's difficult times, obviously. I don't want a free haircut from that lady. No way. I'll buy my own damn electric trimmer. I hear the ice cream truck a few hundred yards or so that way. Cure a method of purification of the river water. Get self-sufficient, start fishing, plant a garden. I have nowhere I can plant a garden. Where the hell do I do it? I'd have to go on public land, like Bureau of Land Management. land, which you can do that and you can live there. Nobody's going to stop you. The government lets you, unless somebody, I guess, happens to buy it. But I truly would need to be self-sufficient, meaning I don't know if there's cell phone coverage out there. I would need to be able to, yes, raise my own food, make money somehow, because it would be nice to keep my car running and be able to drive it around. Oh, and Daniel's Tacos, they have an acai bowl. I noticed that, and I didn't ask about it, but it has bananas and fruits. I'm like, hey, maybe I'll get that later today. But that's good advice, Moist Andy. Melissa, good afternoon. You feel the same way about so many things and different. Yep, I feel you. I get it. After basically people are so indifferent over how most of us have to survive. Yeah, I get it. Indifference, just it is what it is. Stream cut out again. Yeah, so I don't know when I'll get my hair cut. The one, it is kind of annoying. Not really annoying. It's just a little bit, a little extra work to wash my hair in the morning. Takes more water with my water bottles, and I got to comb it and drying it. I got to dry it. I hate it when I try and dry my hair and then I comb it and it's sopping wet over my face. So I got to dry it really well with a towel before I go in my car. But that's fine. Just a little extra work. No big deal. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Yes, I am in California. I am in Los Angeles. Been here for over a year now, and it's amazing here. I love it. To me, it's the greatest city in the world. I guess I'll live here my whole life. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if I happen to find somewhere else I like, but to me, this is the best place to be. And, my mom will at least come out and visit. Who knows if I'll be able to get her to move here. Nothing's going to happen right now because of the Trump virus. It's getting cooler here, yeah. Very gradually, it's not dramatic how it gets cool here. We've actually had a bit of a heat wave this week. At night, it's getting slightly cooler, I'll say. It's still fairly warm a lot of the time. And it's cool right now because the breeze is blowing. That helps a ton, and I'm under a tree with the shade. That helps a ton, too. I've got just a ton of time to kill. I have nowhere indoors I can really hang out at. Sunspace, that's the theater I used to use. The owner let me use it to work on my laptop. It's gone. I did a bunch of writing there. So now I'm just trying to stay healthy, kill time. I like coming to this park even though it's out of my way because they got porta potties here. That is great for me. I hate this other park I would go to. The bathroom is creepy to go into at best, and it's fucking far, and the park gets crowded, and I don't like hanging out there a lot, and there's a lot of people there. And yeah, people hang out by the bathroom, block the door and stuff. It just gets weird. So I'm glad to be here, get my own porta potty, and take a shit at my leisure. Click like, everyone. Helps the channel out, helps the video. This is my job right now, and I'll keep doing it if I get a job, but it's going to be, well, I mean, the job would be a big help, but for now, this is mainly what I got to do. So yeah, it's great around here. I mean, I really do love it. Even with all the, problems, difficulties, it is expensive and all that. Okay. Yeah, you don't get it. Okay. Click like, everyone. Helps me out. Still dissociating somewhat, but it's getting better, and just walking around helps. It's kind of annoying. It is hot. Actually, it is kind of hot today. I was waiting in line somewhere to get tacos at a taco stand, and then sure enough, all they had was pork. I'm like, I don't have a rule against eating pork, but as far as meat goes, I try and only eat chicken and fish because it's better for you. So I was lucky. I was going to walk to 7-Eleven, but I saw Daniel's Tacos right there. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So I got a chicken salad from Daniel's Tacos. Maybe I'll go back for an acai bowl. That would be really cool. Walk around a bunch, exercise, and eat something else. And I got my protein drink here. and it's just amazing view out here. I'm at Hanson Dam, and there's like no one else here. There might be someone at a table way off in the distance. No, they left. There were a few people. Oh, I see one person lying down. They're like at least 100 yards behind me. Because this is shut down to be a Trump virus testing site. So you go in the main entrance, it's all the trailers and tents, and they do testing. Shit, I should do testing again soon. But not that I have reason to think I was exposed to it, but I've been around people, so you know I was on some video shoots this week, so I want to get tested to be sure. And but I know you gotta wait. It's got an incubation period, and this fucking place. The last time I got tested here, they didn't even send me the results. And I have no way of finding out who to contact. I looked online, all the LA testing sites, it's not listed here. I asked 2 people who were working here, they didn't know where to check. So there's no way to call or find out. What the fuck, man? And you're supposed to make an appointment to come here. I couldn't figure out how to make an appointment, so I just drove in, and fortunately they just, let me do it on the spot. Yeah, I should get tested. But anyways, the parking lot's closed, which is great. Because also people would do fucking donuts here. You see all these tire marks. And, all right, you want to give me orders? You should respect, other people's desires instead of saying, well, here's how it is. So unless you're an authority, you don't talk like you're an authority on something. So the parking lots here are closed. So you got to park on the street. Which is great because less people are in the park, and so I pretty much have it to myself. It's really nice. It wasn't that busy anyways, even before this, but yeah, it's really good being here. And I have my pick of porta potties, that's for sure. Oh, they're beauties, these porta potties. Click like, again, everyone, just helps the video out. I gotta ask, it helps YouTube, send out the video to others. They say, oh, people are clicking like. On this amazing guy. It's perfect person, basically. Excuse me. In California, I don't know about the whole state right now. I haven't really seen any news about it, but in LA at least, they're still fairly strict about it. It's not the shelter-in-place order, which it kind of should be. I mean, how does it make sense? We're still getting more cases, but basically, there's no indoor eating at restaurants. There's no indoor service at bars. There's no performances indoors. The gyms and libraries are closed down. So that's where we're at right now. And it's like, yeah, you're supposed to be distant from everywhere you go in. There's plexiglass or plastic separating you from people. The servers wear masks. They have markings on the ground most places, like stand 6 feet apart. So yeah, it's I don't know. They don't mandate being 10 feet apart, but I suppose if the police really wanted to, they could ticket you or something for that. Oh, excuse me. And, mask wearing, I think that is mandatory. And if I'm around people, I try and wear a face shield as well, at least if I'm indoors for a while. Oh, that sounds terrible. Boston has a new influx of the virus. Yeah, not surprising, just because it's happening a lot of places. It's terrible. Orange County, they're getting it more. I think Victorville and San Bernardino, all around LA, getting more cases. In LA, it's tough for people because a lot of people live with other people. They have to work jobs. They're not getting help. They have to avoid, getting evicted. So it's just tough. So, in a way, I'm best prepared to deal with it and the earthquakes because I live in my car. So I don't have to pack any emergency gear. Everything's already packed. I'm just low on sardines right now. And I got my baby wipes, moist wipes for going to the toilet if I have to take a dump in the porta potty. And they have toilet paper, but in case there's a little extra mess somewhere, I got these baby wipes. I don't want to walk around with that stuff on me. And of course, there's not many jobs now, and that's real tough. And the jobs that are around, one job I applied to took like 6 weeks. I just got a response on it, and I'm not even that interested in it, and I'd have to work around other people. And it's a company I knew back in Virginia, and it didn't seem like they care that much about anything. Yep, baby wipes are a must. You know, so flushable baby wipes. That's the other thing I wanted to point out, because you're not supposed to put stuff in the porta potty that you can't flush. So no, I'm not getting unemployment. It was a pain in the ass to try and get, which is what they want. Because I worked outside of California in the last 18 months, I'd have to fax in my application. I looked up the info. I have no fucking idea how to start any of that. So fuck them. I'm not going through that whole process. My food stamps may be cut off as well because of a technicality. I had to renew my food stamps after 6 months, and I forgot to put the date on the form. Everything else was fine, but the date. They sent it back, but I didn't know they sent it back for weeks because I don't check my mailbox that often because I can't afford the gas to drive to it. So then I found it, and I found out it had to be sent in by the end of September for them to renew my food stamps, which was like 4 days. So it went out Monday, and Wednesday I think was the last day of September. Was it? I guess I can't remember. No, Wednesday I think. I don't know, but so I'm hoping it went out and got there on time, because it didn't have to go super far. It went to somewhere else in California, I think Northridge. But yeah, if I don't get that, that's going to be a blow. That was $200 a month. That really helped me out. Helped me get a bunch of shitty sardines and bottled water, because you can't afford much else with it. I could try it on the phone. I don't know how difficult it is, because also doing it, yeah, they gave me a social worker to call. Guess how that went? Guess. I want to hear guesses first. Click like, everyone, then I'll give the answer. Guess how that went, trying to talk to a social worker. But yeah, doing it on my phone itself, like on the browser, internet browser, might be a hassle. I'll see if that's what I need to do. I'll find out soon enough. October 5th, that's when the food stamps are normally reloaded. So if not, I'll have to reapply. And if I have to do it over the phone, that's going to be a supreme pain in the ass. I'll have to be on hold for a while and all that. Melissa, that's right. It went beyond terrible. It was actually non-existent. I called. I went through 10 different menus. Could not get a hold. I called the number they gave for the social worker. All it did was went to their office. It didn't go to the social worker's line, like their actual direct line. So went through 10 different menus, and the only person it gave as an option to talk to was a customer service representative to help with something that I didn't need help with. I forget exactly what it is, like to help make a case, like an appeal for your benefits or something. So that is not who I need to talk to. And they said the hold time was 30 minutes. So fuck them. I'll see if I can apply again. And they couldn't put in a date. Obviously, I'm not a time traveler, so once they got that, they could have just filled in a date. They aren't going to do that. They sent it back, and they didn't send me an envelope to send it again, like self-postage envelope. So I had to get an $11 sheet of stamps. That's the smallest one CVS had, to be able to mail it out. So screw them. I figure my screenplays are worth more. If I just spend time writing and exercising and my videos and stuff, I'll make more money than the $200 I was getting a month. I mean, I might try again if there can't. We'll see. Maybe what's today's date? The 4th, isn't it? I'm trying to see. Yes, October 4th. So tomorrow I'll call the food stamp line, and it says what my balance is, or it'll say my food stamps are canceled. I'm ineligible. We'll see. I'm really hoping they got it in time, and that it's extended. I can tell you the post office has been slow as shit, thanks to Trump. Probably it has been slow as shit. I know, because of the way when I'm trying to get mail, it is exceedingly slow. So yeah, no unemployments, possibly no food stamps. The only thing I still have is Medi-Cal, free health insurance. That's good. If my allergies start acting up like they did last winter, they were horrific. I was sneezing so bad my ribs hurt, and I couldn't work at the library. It's like I'd have to get up every 5 minutes to blow my nose so I wouldn't disturb everyone around me. And I was wearing masks before the pandemic because my allergies were so bad. I was messing up takes on film shoots I was on because I had to cough so bad. I'm gonna go if my allergies are bad again. I'm going to a doctor with Medi-Cal, and I'm going to get tested for allergens and see what medicine I need to treat it. Man, I better not have bad allergies this time. It was so horrifically painful and incessant and obnoxious. I don't know what's in the air here in the winter, and I did get my flu shot too, free. That was nice. How does my mom feel about Trump? Should I even say? She's not a person who changes her mind much, so. I will say my brother, my racist, domestic abuser, violent, lying, literal basement dwelling brother, Michael, is a Trump supporter and a big time racist. He posts stuff about how the quote black movement is like fake and stuff. He's like, here's what I think of the black movement. Doesn't like Palestinians. He supports white nationalists or white supremacists. Figures who they don't deserve names. I'm not going to name them, but believe me, he's the prominent ones. You know him, not the like hardcore, like the openly, nakedly, sort of. One of them, yes, who is pretty openly, white supremacist, but he's very much a fan of those people. Yep, still living with my mom. Two-time convicted domestic abuser. Could have been convicted more times than that if I'd called the police. And just a little coward. You see the fear in his eyes all the time. He's just constantly afraid, like he's afraid of himself. And very Greek nationalistic as well. It's pathetic. When he tried to hook up with this woman I was involved with, now she reached out to him when she and I were like on a break, but he had a girlfriend at the time, and she admitted to me afterwards, not that we were friends, she thought it would hurt me, what did I care? She admitted to me afterwards she was trying to hook up with him and get him to go out and meet her, and he was playing along with it. He was willing to. She said he was showing pictures of his body, of his car, but she said, your brother's so boring. Even when she was hating me, she was complaining about how boring my brother is. She said, he's so boring, he has no personality, everything for him is being Greek. What is it with being Greek and him? Is it like a breed of dog? And my mom told me that my brother's girlfriend forbid him from talking to her. So I don't know how that all played out. But yeah, total coward. And also, his girlfriend, that's a pathetic proposition to stay with someone who is an abuser, because she was with him when he attacked me, and he was charged with felony strangulation, and he tried to get out of it by trying to call my mom, and I had the voicemail, pleading with her, saying, I'm sorry I yelled at you, but please, I need Angelo's mental health records for the trial. First of all, okay, number one, that's pathetic. It shows his white supremacist narrative in his head that to have mental problems means being inferior, and also it means being dangerous or violent. Also, it shows the precedent for him is which if he's violent with someone, he will say he needed to be violent with them. And he made up lies like my social worker, which I don't know who that is. I had a therapist, but no social worker that I'm aware of, unless that counts as the therapist. Supposedly, he said he would say that or my brother said, or he somehow I found out that he said, yeah, he put it in YouTube comments on a video of him attacking me. Said my social worker said I was a threat to others and dangerous, and that I was going to snap. Now, if I was going to snap, how does that make sense? He left me to take care of my sick dad while he was at home doing nothing, and he attacked me because I left the vegetable juicer out while I served my dad vegetable juice. And she stuck with him. So she's, as far as she's a coward and no good too, because she's like, well, I just want to be with him, even though he's a liar, coward, yeah, abuser. And the worst is lying and trying to hide it and wanting my mental health records, which for one is impossible to get unless you have a subpoena, and those are extremely hard to get. That would only be in a case where, like, say, I don't even need to speculate about it. You can imagine it's basically impossible to get. So, and I was an adult at the time, so even if I was a child or not, your parent can't just get your mental health records like that. Even if he tried to plead with my psychiatrist or therapist, you wouldn't have been able to get him. There's strict laws about that. So it was pathetic. And the judge told him not to say anything at the pretrial hearing because he tried to say something about how I was a threat, and the judge said, it's in your best interest not to say anything right now. And sure, he was trying to say I was a danger and stuff. His lawyer asked me for the video of the attack before before the trial, the actual trial itself. We went before a judge, so I showed him. And sure enough, whatever he was trying to do, whatever he paid those lawyers for, I'm sure they told him, okay, there's not much you can say here other than plead no contest, which is what he did. Yep. So of course he's a Trump fan, huge racist and a Trump fan. He whines that black people need to obey the law, says George Floyd. We didn't get the whole story with him. Funny, the projection, you know. Anyways. So yeah, and his girlfriend, she left him later, or I don't know if she left, I can't say that. They broke up. I don't know when, I don't know how, but yeah, as far as I'm concerned, she's no good too. She's a lowlife for sticking with someone who does. I can't even be around someone if I know, like, I have a strong disagreement on something with them, like on a big issue, you know? If I know that about them, or at least if they're like open about it, maybe if they keep it to themselves, but if I know that's an issue for them that they like bringing up, I'm already like, my mind has tuned out and floated out of my head and gone away. I can't do it. And obviously, I'd rather live in my car than have roommates and have a landlord. And oh, I hate landlords so much. So I'm torn. If I get this job or if I get another job, should I rent a room or not? I've been torn about it because, one, I absolutely despise landlords, and as glad as I've been not to think about them, it makes me kind of forget how much I hate them. And I was thinking about renting a room the other day, and the thought creeped up on me, and I got so mad about the idea, the encounters I've had with landlords and the ones I've seen who are bullies and evicting people illegally, that I just got so mad. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'd rather live in my car for another year. And also the idea of having roommates, not having a private bathroom, and spending a ton of money that I don't need to. $700 a month or so, I could keep that money. And I could just use it to fix up my car and use it for food and gas and pay it on my credit cards. That's the big one. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm really not sure how that's going to work out. If I get a job, should I just stay in my car? I'm guessing just stay in my car. I mean, because even though, yes, if I had a home, I might be able to cook food, which would be nice. Let me think how much, if I spend $20 a day on food, which might equal roughly that, $20 a day times 30, what's 20 times 30? $600 a month? That's a lot. But even if I spend less on food because I'm able to cook it, I'll still be paying at least $600 a month on rent. So, and I won't have to deal with a fucking landlord and roommates. So, and the further possibility of exposure to the Trump virus. So yeah, maybe it's just best that I don't pay a fucking landlord after all. I wish there was a place where I could literally just live there in my car and like it would be fine and allowed, or multiple sites like that, because I already do that and nobody bothers me because lots of people do it around here. But where I could actually set up and sort of camp, you know, not that I really need to, but it would be kind of nice to have like a pop-out tent go all over the door of my car and be in an area where I know it's like it's guarded and you know, something like that. But anyways, my worst landlord, look up Annandale, Virginia on YouTube. The whole story's there, and more I probably didn't think of with her. I did have another landlord too who's an 89-year-old Baptist pastor who was trying to hit on me every day, and he asked if he could get in the shower with me one day. I wasn't in the shower at the time, but he asked if he could get in with me. So yeah, he was a big old creep. But yeah, easily Debbie in Annandale. She was my worst fucking landlord ever. And hopefully none of her tenants are paying her now. I don't know what's going on there anymore, but I hope no one's paying her. She could be a Trump fan for all I know. She definitely acted like him. Just a bully, a coward. She wanted to illegally evict me too. She had my roommate tell me, okay, if you don't answer she said if you don't answer the phone, she's going to evict you now. I said, okay, she didn't evict me. She wanted to, and then the fucking news got all over it. Click like, everybody. Helps the video out. Spread the message about landlords. Your niece got an RV to live in. That's cool. Your daughter's renting from an old lady. Told her stop feeding the squirrels. Can you imagine? I guess. I mean, I don't know the exact setup, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like if you're paying for the place, fuck off to the landlord. Like, they're paying. So that means they get a bit of latitude. You don't like it? Too bad. The nerve of some landlords. My landlord, she got so mad when I made that video about my house and I put the whole address in there. Good. She got her face rubbed her in her own boo-boos. And then she admitted everything in text messages, like, here's why I didn't fix this. Here's why I didn't fix this. It's like, good. Hey, more incriminating evidence that you're a selfish bully. Yeah, let the squirrels eat and shit all over the place. See, that's the thing. I don't want to rent from anybody. I just can't stand the idea. I also don't want to ever live in a homeowners association. You want to be my neighbor and let the grass grow high, park your car on your lawn? What the hell do I care? I mean, I see how it could get obnoxious if they're like doing things that are messing with you or bothering you, but who the fuck cares about it? The property value's got to stay high. Yeah, we all know what that's code for. Excuse me. So for the time being, I'll just stick with my car. Been going for an hour. Yeah, it's true. Oh, she definitely got off on power trips. That's why a lot of people become landlords. I think they're just like their nature is to be a bully, and that's a good fit for them. So, it's not for everybody, but I encourage people, live in your car if you can. I understand it's difficult, more difficult for some people than others. You might have medical issues that makes it difficult. You may not just be ready for it. I wasn't, certainly for a long time. I sort of fantasized about it, but I was like, well, how would that work? I need to edit videos and stuff. Well, I made it work. I got a laptop. Um, and, when it got cold, I figured out how to get a Sub-Zero sleeping bag, which works great in the cold. And, a few other things I needed to work out. It took a few months to really figure out a good routine and figure out that waking up early is really important. So you're not sleeping in the daylight and it's depressing and stuff. It's hot as shit. That depresses me so. My mood will go so bad if I'm hot and sweating in my car. Yeah, and being able to work on your car, that's good too. But I understand people have families. They have a job where it doesn't really permit that. You got to be able to work at a home office or something. So, not for everyone, but a lot of people are doing it anyways, because they got to. Even people with kids who live in their car with their kids or their pets. Couples who live in their car. Oh, excuse me. Or even, depending on the area, it may be hard to find places to sleep where people won't bother you, or where it's safe, where you're safe from traffic. It's really hard to sleep if cars are going by you so fast and they're really loud. It's just tough. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, living in a tent too. That sounds tough, but I'm sure people adapt to that, even though it's got its own challenges. And I don't know how people do it here when the heat wave came this summer. We've had, at least one heat wave. Man, that was brutal. Excuse me. Got to keep losing weight. I am losing it. Thank goodness, I feel so much better. But I can't believe how much I gained and it snuck up on me. I went from at my lowest a couple years ago, 159, to last few months 207. And last time I weighed myself was over a week ago. I was back down to 188 pounds or so. So I still got at least another, I'd say, 30 pounds. I could probably get down to 155, no problem. Um, Before I'm too thin. So I'll see. But yeah, definitely got to lose weight. I don't feel good like this. Hi, Biraj. Click like. That helps me out, helps videos out. This is my job now until that damn job placement company gets me an interview they assured me I'd get. Everything's just so slow with them. It took like 3 weeks to a month before I could even send in my resume. 3 weeks of orientations that were totally needless. Totally pointless. Like they could have just told me like how to enroll with the job placement company and how to apply for the job, which was just email a guy with my resume. And now he said he'd call back in a day or two for interviews. It's been 3 weeks now. So I'm going to call every day this week and email him every day if he doesn't respond on Monday. Yeah, I feel bad. My mom couldn't sleep well in that video. I should have given her a what is it? A eye fold, blindfold, whatever. Sleeping mask. I used to have one and the strap broke for sleeping in my car. I actually could have used one last night because the fucking street light was coming in my eye. But they're just a little hard to get. Like I used to get them at Walmart, and I don't want to spend a bunch of money on them. I don't know. I should get one again at some point. But basically, I'm sleeping fine without them. That's right. Yep. Miss Angry Grandpa. Favorite thing living out west? I mean, it's everything. There's so much here. The roads are big, the amazing buildings, the amazing entertainers that are here, although you can't see any entertainers, but being close to a lot of the entertainers I want to work with or that I have worked with. I worked with David Liebehart this week. But I'd say the mountains, that's really cool. I like being able to see the mountains everywhere, big, huge ones, not the ugly ones like in Virginia. No, I didn't bring candy. Oh, I did. I brought candy to Angry Grandpa. I did not bring candy to this bench. Yeah, that was fun. And I know he ate a lot of that, and I'm sure his grandkids did too. I wish we could see Angry Grandpa right now. And can you imagine his reaction to Trump getting the Trump virus? Can you freaking imagine that? He would flip the hell out. I think he'd be amazed and think it was funny. And along with when the Trump virus came around in the first place, how he'd react, he'd be flipping the fuck out. I don't know. Maybe I'd like to film my mom sleeping again. Sounds so weird. But I would definitely give her like an eye shade if I did it again. So because she couldn't sleep with the light on last time, so that's what I would do. But I don't know if I would ever do that again. Click like, everyone, helps the video out. Helps the channel out. All I can do now is just kill time during the day. Yep, that's Liebehart. I'll have a link to when it goes up. The video goes up soon enough. It should be up in a few days. Yeah, he was hilarious. Great performer. I was very lucky how it turned out, because I managed to film him the day that Sunspace closed, and the owner was really nice and let me film with him there, even though I'm sure he could have used my help on some other stuff, because I helped repaint the place, take out a bunch of stuff, clear a bunch of stuff out of there, and he even gave me a bunch of free stuff from their batteries. What the hell else did I just get that was really useful? Oh, a new bag for my laptop. A few other items I can't remember, but yeah, so I don't question. It is better to Bode. It is better to believe without questioning. Thank you, Barrage. I'm a great YouTuber and better than Jesus. So click like, everyone, for that. Help the channel out. It really does help, because the reason I say click like, I don't need it from me. I don't care. It helps YouTube's engagement, their algorithm, decide, okay, this video is being engaged with, share it with more people so more people watch. So that's what that's about. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, I got like at least 1,000 videos with my mom, if not more. So go ahead and watch some. I'd like to make new recipes with her, and someday, and when I do it, I'd like to have a much better setup with the camera and light and sound as well, because I've always had problems with that. Dislikes help too, actually, Bode. They do, because that counts as engagement as well. You used to watch his public access show when you were a kid. That's amazing. You know, it's hard to tell. I don't really know how much he believes all that stuff, and I'd rather not spoil. Even if I did know, I wouldn't want to spoil the myth. I assume he believes it. Whether he's playing it up for show, I'm not sure. But he went into stuff about aliens as well. Have a big surprise about that. Again, in this video, that it should be up in a few days. So when it does go up, I'll link to it. You know, you'll all be able to see it. It's very funny. Man, it is nice being out here. There's one guy here. The other guy left. I'd like to be able to write again. I wrote like 3 or 4 sentences last night in my notebook for movie ideas. It felt so good to be able to reconnect with that. But it's really good when I have my laptop in front of me and I can look over the stuff I've written and going forward. And I can type super quick. I can type much faster than I can write. I hope I don't have to shit today in the porta potty, but I will if I have to. Done it before. The good thing is there's barely anyone out here, so practically no one's going to hassle me to finish up. Man, my leg is acting up with this dissociative thing. It affects my nerves, and it's making my leg feel this strange sensation of, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not goosebumps. It's like this, I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. It's an odd feeling. But it's all part of the disorder going away, the depersonalization, derealization disorder that I have. I had my 4th bout of it almost a year ago now, and I'm still recovering. Oh man, that spot on my leg, it's like churning. And it's not a physical problem, it's a dissociative disorder. So it can feel like I'm out of my body. Sometimes it's not as bad lately. I'm much better. I am vastly improved over 9-10 months ago. It was really painful. I was so messed up. I could barely think. It was bad. Anyone ever told me that I have a Jason Schwartzman personality? I don't know what his personality's like. I'm sure he's a good actor. I haven't really seen many of his movies, but I don't know. Maybe someone has. You're saying it. I don't like to compare myself to people, you know. Why do that to myself? And that way I'm better than Jesus as well. I don't say crap like I'm the son of God or something. That's a bunch of crap, you know. I'm just some guy. I'm trying to think what's he been in other than Wes Anderson movies. I know he was in Funny People, right? No, wait, was he? Wait a minute, am I getting that right? I don't know if I'm messing that up. I think he was. He played the guy who was on the sitcom Yo Teach in Funny People. But yeah, other than Wes Anderson movies, I don't remember much he was in. Was he in The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou? I did like that. That came out when I was working at a movie theater. Oh, by the way, this is wild news. I was working, so I was thinking of this because I worked at a Regal Cinema like 15 years ago. It was my first job. Regal Cinemas are closing across the country. They can't keep operating. That's interesting. They weren't that great a place to work for, but I learned a lot. It was a great first experience for a job. I got to be a projectionist a little bit, see a bunch of movies. Usually I was too tired after my shift to see a movie. I just wanted to go home. Because it was exhausting working there. That was the most exhausting, toughest, most fatiguing job I've ever had. And it paid less than any other job I had, or practically any other job. Turn them into large-scale massage parlors. I want to hear what Moist Andy says should happen to Regal Cinemas. But yeah, it's just wild. It's another way this country's changing, and I hope maybe a better theater chain or a better way of getting movies out, other than these ridiculous front-loaded. Oh, it's got to be a huge event, and it's got to be an absolutely miserable experience, and it's got to make $100 million its opening weekend, or it's a failure. Meaning, a lot of great movies that are not big openers do not get success, or they just, it means a lot of ones that could be made don't get made because studios don't want to spend any money on that stuff. All they want to do is make a huge movie that's going to get a huge return, and it means the quality of movies can't be as varied or as interesting or as good, because you're stuck with, you have to make this stuff that's like, you know, the most like enormous spectacle and the biggest stars who look the most amazing, and it's just pathetic. It's like, I'm not putting down people's movies. People work very, very hard on them. You know, I know a lot of effort, like, it goes into making them as good as they possibly can be. But and I'd be glad to work on any of them, I'm sure. That's the thing. Like, I wouldn't turn down work. I'd be glad to. I'm sure I'd learn a lot. But it's like, they don't make small, like, you know, they'll make really low budget movies, but not like mid-range budgets anymore. Like a $30 million drama or something. Those rarely get made anymore. So you don't get as interesting movies that are widely released. If they're interesting movies, a lot of time they're just straight to video. So I wish they would just stop that nonsense, and now they can't do it. So it'd be nice to think maybe they will make movies like, and release them how they used to be, which is they'd release limited and word of mouth, and, you know, if people liked them, they'd keep, you know, releasing them and playing them for the course of weeks or months. And you get more interesting movies that way, because now you can't just spend a ton of money and get a movie to make a ton of money on opening weekend, because now you can't have audiences in theaters. Moist Andy would want to make it into a big reservoir to drink. Maybe he'd make it into a sauna. Trump is getting better. I read a surgeon saying that usually patients like that who are on the steroid he's on are getting worse, and they just feel a little better like when they're getting worse. This is really what a surgeon I read said. He said that they'll have a rally before they're actually doing much worse. So as far as being happy, why would I say I'm happy about that? I'd just say what Trump said about 200,000 people dead. It is what it is. And when he heard Romney was in isolation for potential exposure to the Trump virus, he said, who's in isolation, Romney? Gee, that's too bad. So that's what I say. Gee, that's too bad. And what else did Trump say? He wouldn't attend, I believe, John Lewis's funeral because John Lewis, and he said he voted to impeach me. So, you know, he wasn't good. And of course, Trump's a segregationist. So that's already like a strike against John Lewis for him. Not that I support John McCain at all or like him, but McCain had at least the, you know, little decency to oppose his rollback of Obamacare. And Trump didn't go to his funeral, I believe, right? And then just kind of disparaged him. So um, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to know if he really is sick. I tend to believe it now. We saw that video, the proof of life video, that would look like it was filmed. Who knows when it was filmed? And you see him start to cough, like after he says something with a T, therapeutics. He's like, therapeutic. And I don't know if this is true or not, or this is people seeing too much into it. People are saying that's an Adobe Premiere morph cut when he starts to cough, and they obviously had to stop filming or like cut there and put in footage after that because he doesn't want to be seen as weak and coughing because he's never given sympathy to anyone else, so he knows he's not going to get sympathy, nor does he want it. He would look better with jet black hair. I think he would. Yeah. But yeah, who knows when he filmed that, you know, that proof of life video where he's so pale because he didn't spray tan himself that day. But yeah, it is what it is. That's what he said. So. Oh, excuse me. I gotta stretch. Make sure I don't hunch over too much. That'll hurt my neck and shoulders. Damn, I got a lot of time to kill today. A lot of calories to burn. I guess I'll get that acai bowl at Daniel's Tacos, which has, I saw bananas, like blueberries, and whatever the hell's in the middle. What is that stuff? Acai? I don't know. It almost looked like a little round piece of brown bread or something. I'm not sure. Have I worked on stage productions? Yes, many of them. I used to work in theater or volunteer in theater for over the course of about 2 years when I was in Virginia. It was a lot of fun. I miss it. I enjoyed it. I did a lot of set construction, backstage work. I was a stagehand on the Producers and Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it was fun. Yeah, but after a while I just didn't have time for it because I wanted to be working on films more. But I still enjoy theater. I did see one play here. I can't even remember the name of it now, but it was really good. I thought at a little theater in Burbank. And yeah, I'd like to see more plays. Unfortunately, theater's very expensive too. And but it's great seeing actors live. And the other thing about it, theaters, is I get scared of buildings with high ceilings. I cannot go in one. It's been a fear of mine since I was a kid, and I can't, yeah, always know ahead of time exactly if I'll be scared of it or not. And so I just don't take the risk. I got to go into a small building. I don't think I can ever see a Broadway show in my life. Too scary. Can't do it. Oh, Akai is pronounced a C? I didn't know that. Or a say? A say? I didn't know. I worked on a lot of shows. What the hell? The Precious One or something? What was that? I can't remember. Reefer Madness. I worked on that, the musical. What else? I went and saw, I didn't work on it, but I saw a production of Evil Dead, the musical. That was cool. They sprayed fake blood on the audience. What the hell else other shows did I work on? I think I worked on Cat on a Hot Tin Roof as well. Yeah, I think I helped build the stage for it. God damn, I'm trying to keep thinking. I don't know. It's been a long time. A lot of those plays, they're just, you know, in and out. I can't remember. Only 5 people here? Alright, I'm going to save the battery. That's cool. I've been going for a while. Had a lot of people. Spread the good news and mirth on my channel. And spread the... You better not be messing with me that it's pronounced a sigh rather than a kai. I'll see when I go into that place if you're right. But yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. So now I get 8 hours or so to walk around before I get tired again, and gonna burn a bunch of calories and eat healthy. All right, everyone. Bye.